Hello and welcome to a new episode of What's in Store. While mobile payments and contactless cards were accounted for a minority of payments in the past, the pandemic has boosted the adoption of contactless payments. Mastercard noticed that in the third quarter of 2020, contactless penetration represented 41% of in-person purchase transactions globally, up to 30% from a year ago. As our dynamic digital landscape evolves, Mastercard released new security for contactless payments called ECOS. It applies the latest quantum-resistant technologies to develop the next generation of contactless payments. Worldline, through its Ingenico brand, is first in the world to achieve Mastercard's enhanced contactless certification on its new contactless standard. Today we will explore with Michel Léger, our Executive Vice President in Innovations and Solutions at Worldline, what Mastercard ECOS is about and why it's so important. Hi Michel and welcome to this new episode of What's in Store. Before you start explaining us what is a Mastercard ECOS certification, could you tell us how come Worldline is first in achieving this certification?
So how come could we be that fast and be the first one coming with this innovation, right? It's a matter of the trust we get from our ecosystem, to innovate and come with new solutions. They all know how important security is for us to keep the trust of all the users of our solutions. Second, is about our appetite for innovation. They all know we love to come with new solutions. They all know they can trust us to, work with them, along with them, to come with these new solutions. Innovation is about preparing the company for the future. It's about preparing the company for all the new use cases that the market is expecting from us, while keeping all the trust and security in our ecosystem. They all know it's very high on our agenda, so they want us to participate for these new use cases. Third is about the close relationship we've got with all the stakeholders in our ecosystem, Mastercard being one of the big ones. So with this trust, with all this close relationship, it allows us to anticipate better, to work with them even before the specifications are fully released. Hence, we've been working with Mastercard in close relationship to prepare these new solutions to allow them to scale, when the solution is ready. So
explain us what Mastercard Enhanced Contactless certification is about.
It's about innovation. As I mentioned before to you, innovation is about preparing the company or our ecosystem to new use cases while ensuring the necessary security and trust that is required in our ecosystem. So here we're talking about bringing more security for contactless usage. In our new digitalized world of commerce, we know there are more and more demand for contactless use case, which is a challenge when you look at it from a security standpoint. We know there have always been concern about the security of contactless usage. It took years and years for us to convince people that security is there. We need to convince them that moving forward, security is still going to be there. So it's very important for us to keep the trust of all our partners and consumers and merchants. So why do we have more demand for contactless use case? It's also a matter of convenience. We all know it's more convenient to tap and go than just inserting a card into a reader. So people want convenience, they want to be fast. So it's clearly a matter of convenience to start with. Secondly, it's a matter of scale. As we move forward with contactless usage, we can leverage more and more devices like smartphones and tablets that do not have contact functionality in their products. We can then leverage more and more touch point with consumer. Last but not least, it's a matter of safety. We all know that people in the existing COVID situations are more reluctant to touch different objects, right? So they want more and more to trust contactless or their own devices. We are bringing security that will allow an ecosystem that is more convenient, and trusted for this world.
So why is it so important?
Because security, safety, and privacy are at the core of our ecosystem, driving merchants and consumer adoptions for anything new we bring to the market. So if we don't tackle this particular issue of security and privacy, we are not going to get enough adoption from the consumer. So it's a very important point to that extent. Now, security and safety and privacy are endless races, against fraudsters. We always need to be a step ahead of the game. We always need to anticipate what can come next in terms of fraud and attack, to be prepared for that and make sure that we maintain our ecosystem completely safe. We know that fraudsters can access more powerful devices. We need to make sure that we implement security and safety mechanisms that are prepared for this kind of attacks that will come in the future. This is the core of what we are doing here with MasterCard. Finally, it's important for us. As a leader, we have the responsibility to pave the way to the future we want for our consumer and merchants. And we are extremely happy to take this accountability.
Thank you, Michel.